Hey everybody, this is Grace, and in this video I want to talk about social rejection, and it's called different things, but let's call it social rejection. And you're the person who is feeling that or experiencing that. Now the most simplified way to put it is that you just don't fit in. You just don't fit in. Whatever group, whatever people, whatever. And you feel it. They make sure you know it. You don't fit in with them. Okay, it's on my mind because of this one situation that has come about in my life over years, over my lifetime really. And I guess not every time, but I guess I would just let it roll off my back. Like people say, I just wouldn't even give it much attention. And now I am. I think it may have been a good thing that that it came to my attention again recently, and it has to do with going to the doctor's office. Now I'm going to the doctor's office right now, so yeah, there's a good reason for me to make this video right now. But it was very strange when I first really noticed it. I was probably in my 30s, I guess, maybe 40s, and I was taking care of my mother. She had just come to town, and I would take care of her every once in a while. And she had dementia. She passed away about a little over 4 years ago. And she had dementia, so I had to find a new doctor for her, and take her to that doctor. And it was her first time going there. Okay, and I have just vague memories, but I'm pretty sure it was one that. It was one that I had to find her a doctor all of a sudden, that her medications, she didn't have them or something, so I had to find her a doctor, like, really quick. And when she got there, she didn't have them all. So it was her first time, and I went with her. Well, I had allergies and was, sneezing, coughing. Now, I don't honk or, I'm not really loud with it or anything like that. That this situation would have happened. But basically, after we got there, I went with her into the exam room. She had dementia, so I needed to be there. And I think that's what they call it, the examination room. Once you go into the room, wait for the doctor. Well, the doctor came in. I didn't know him because, like I said, first time. And he's was writing down everything, and he walked out, left the door open, and yeah. I had to get through this school zone. Anyway, well, there's another one. I have to say that's the strangest school zone I've ever seen. Anyway, so the doctor came in, spoke to my mom, let me know things. He went back out, left the door open, and I guess he was in there with a nurse or whatever, and he made some very loud comments. I mean, loud enough for me to hear everything for us. And it was very negative, what he was saying about me and my mother. Okay. And I'm just sitting there hoping she's not taking this in and, getting upset and everything about it. But it sounds like he was making fun of one of the things. One of them was me coughing and sneezing. Okay, I'm in a doctor's office and there's a problem with me coughing and sneezing. That he has to do that. It was like humiliation. It was humiliation. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, it was just so bizarre to me that, like I said, I didn't pay much attention to it. After it happened, I just let it go. And but recently, I had another situation that really made me think, what's going on here? Why is it that I would have so many issues with doctor's offices? Now, I did a video one time mentioned this about, there was a nurse practitioner in the office that I'm going to right now. I refuse to see her anymore. But the first two times she's my age, she's real nice, but the next time she had in a student, that was in training to be a nurse or a nurse practitioner, whichever when it was. And the nurse, she was young, and she was attending the university I attended, and where I got my degrees, earned my degrees. And she and I were talking about it, And the nurse practitioner just seemed like she got extremely angry. Now, I wasn't ignoring the nurse, practitioner. I was listening, answering whenever. But it was obvious she got jealous that she wasn't the center of attention the whole time. Okay, and she started being just downright rude to me. So like I said, I won't see her again. There's a solution to that. I don't want to see her. I'm not going to see somebody who throws temper tantrums, And I've had that happen more than one doctor. And basically, each time the behavior I could tell was something along the line of, like a narcissistic person or histrionic. Like one of them, she would wear the loudest clothes and the most suggestive clothes, clothing. Unbelievable, like really bright red with lion stripes or tiger stripes, or not tiger stripes, but leopard or whatever. Just really loud. It was like, wow, and she was young. But, yeah, I decided not to go there again. But then they decided that they weren't going to see me again. Yeah, because I should tell that why. She had told me that I had told her I was on a medication. Well, I never even heard of the medication before. Didn't know the name, was never on it. And I said, how would I tell you? I said it politely. I said, I've never been on that before. She said, yeah, you have. I'll write down exactly what you say. I said, it may have been in your mind, but I've never taken that medication, never even heard of it. What is it? What's the name again? Seriously. And I said it in a nice way. And, yeah, she didn't want to see me again because she was wrong. Some people, they don't want to admit they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and I have plenty of stories. Like, one year, I've eventually figured it out. I stopped counting at 21 healthcare professionals that couldn't figure it out. But basically, I had something like, well, they called it contact dermatitis. They all said that, but they couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, what it was is I was allergic to one of my medications. Okay, and they couldn't figure it out. I had to figure it out after 2.5 years. And that was just kind of an accident that I figured it out that way. But, well, I kept going to the hospital emergency room because the kids just kept getting more and more. And one time they said the doctor told me to go next door where my doctor was, and they told me to go see my doctor. And so the way it was all went down, I thought, okay, they've called my doctor, and my doctor says to come over there. So I went over there and told him what it was, and the nurse come running out and saying, you shouldn't be over here. And it was just like, what? The doctor's not going to see you. You shouldn't be over here. And it was just shocking to me. Well, that's the doctor that recently, just last week, or just Monday, actually, a few days ago, they called me with some bizarre story, okay? And I basically said, cancel my appointment. I was supposed to see her the next day. So just cancel an appointment. No. It was in a bizarre story. It was false, whatever. And I remember I had trouble years ago because I hadn't seen that doctor in, according to them, 5 years at that point. But from last year. Anyway, it's just bizarre stories, and now I'm starting to think, why is there always something like that? Okay, you're gonna hear all this noise here, and I'm gonna wrap this up. But yeah, I started thinking about it since then, just this week, and really digging deeper. And I think I have an idea of why things happen, and it's gonna be it's a topic for a whole separate video. But I'm about to test it and see if there is a difference in one thing. And I think I actually mentioned this in a video about 2 or 3 years ago. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would. And I'll talk to you on another video.